Alright guys, today I am showing you the deck list I use for Slivers, in case you want to build it for your own, you want to try it out, it's a lot of fun, it's very fast sometimes, it's very hard to deal with, and so in our 1-drop slot we have Plated Sliver, we have Sidewinder Sliver, we have, there it is, and Brilliant Sliver, and all these are mostly acceptable 1-drops on turn 1. Brilliant Sliver gives a lot of slivers poisonous. It's basically giving them infect. It's great. Plated Sliver, it's a mini lord, and the real big benefit for that is it makes our board not be able to be blown out by electricity, which is a really, really nice thing not to be blown out by. Especially since Plated Sliver never really tends to see removal game 1, but then game 2 that always seems to see removal. Sidewinder Sliver gives all this stuff flanking. Flanking is really nice. People don't understand how it works from what I've seen, so sometimes we just get easy wins because they block one of our lords, which has flanking, and well, usually the 2 creatures would trade with it, but with flanking it makes it so the lord kills them off and survives, and it tends to be a blowout in that situation. In our 2-drops we have Sentinel Sliver, Snooze Sliver, Muscle Sliver, and Predatory Sliver. And so Predatory, Muscle, and Snoo, they're just all lords. There's not much to say about them. They give our team +1/+1. It's great. Sentinel Sliver, it's a 2-mana 2/2. Sliver creatures we control have Vigilance. And the impressive thing about this is if we play this turn 2 instead of a lord, this will eat the removal a lord would have ate if we had played it, and then next turn we just play the lord like normal. And it's really effective, really nice. It just protects our lords even more, and if they don't deal with it, then giving our team vigilance is a real boon. And then in our spell slots, 1 mana, Commune with Nature, Thrill the Hunt. Commune with Nature digs us 5 deep. Lets us grab a lord, lets us grab a Vigilance Sliver, lets us grab the Poisonous Sliver just to kill someone off finally with infect, lets us grab the Flanking Sliver so we can make interesting combat moves and really let us push through for damage. Thrill the Hunt, target creature gets +1/+2, flashback for a white. It's really nice combat trick, people don't expect it, and it really just lets us get in there, which is what we really want. Then we have Sigil Blessing at our 2-mana slot. Really nice anthem, and also a really nice combat trick. It will save our guys from bolts. It'll save our teams from electricity if we don't have a lord out. It'll save our team from, say, Rolling Thunder. It's really, really nice. It can also save our team from Evankar's Justice if we only have 1 lord out, and then that can be a blowout. It's just really good in preventing people from blowing us out, since the only mass removal really in the format tends to be damage-based removal. 3-mana slot, Hive Stirrings, simple, 3 mana, make 2 1/1 slivers. Really good simply because of the sliver tribal tag. Then we have Armadillo Cloak, pretty straightforward. You enchant a creature, gets +2/+2 trample, and basically lifelink. And the great thing about this is, it gains us life, it lets us survive through a matchup, it lets us protect our lords. It's a really nice card. We play nothing but basic lands, mostly because, having tapped mana doesn't help with our aggressive plan at all. If this were to be like an actual modern list, of course these would have the appropriate fetches, just because thinning out a deck for an aggressive deck is better, and then we still have untapped mana. But anyways, this is Pauper, not modern. We played 20 land, mostly because I was playing with 19, and it felt really clunky and really bad because we were just not able to play our stuff correctly. I forgot to mention, we do have Sunlance in the list as well as a Cyto Bolt. Really is nice to take out pesky creatures, Typically, we don't come across white creatures that are going to mess us up, mostly because the white creatures we encounter tend to be rather small. Um, Sideboard, Sunlance. Again, it's great. It's we usually board it in Delver matchups a lot, mostly because taking out Delver really stops their clock. It stops Kiln Fiend. Um, Fortunately, it doesn't stop Nivik Cyclops. However, if we no, it just doesn't. Circle Protection Green stops Hexproof, stops Green Stompy. Really nice just to nullify an entire source of damage. Circle Protection Red, really nice just to say no to burn. Every time I board it in against burn, though, I never see it. Carnival, it's really nice. It stops Evancar's Justice, Rolling Thunder, and a few other weird situations where it's just creatures on board. It lets us push through for a win a lot, which is nice. Mostly because giving our entire team pro red, pro black in those situations leads to a blowout. Journey to Nowhere comes in matchups where we need to get rid of a big creature. Typically, when we're getting rid of the big creature, the opponent doesn't really have a way to get rid of it because, of course, no one's going to board in enchantment removal against us or artifact removal, and they're going to board out any of that kind of removal. So being able to board in Journey to Nowhere really ends up being a crazy thing in those situations. Prey Upon, it acts as another removal spell. Our creatures tend to be big enough to take another creature. Spinneret Sliver, simply giving all our guys reach in some situations really good, especially against decks that have a higher than average amount of flyers, especially Delver matchups. And then Relic Progenitus, it's really nice simply because in matchups where they've run off their grave, like we have trouble against Tortured Existence because they have the Spore Frog Tortured Existence lock. Being able to exile their entire graveyard and prevent them from continuing that lock is really nice. Along with the fact that it helps against Delver matchups, preventing them from dropping a really fast, really easy Gurmag Angler or the 3/3 Flying with Delve. Always great. And yep, that's about it for the list. It sometimes changes based upon what I'm seeing in both League and on ladder. But other than that, it stays the same. I get a pretty consistent win rate with this. The only thing is it does have a really bad matchup against Burn. And that's simply because Burn can typically outrace us, and Burn can sacrifice enough burn spells sometimes to just take us out. And yep, that's the list.